Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to this wainscot series. This is going to be video number 4 in this series, and this is going to be probably one of the shortest videos in this series. But before we move on, if you haven't seen the first 3 videos, I highly recommend you go back and watch those. That's going to tell you about these lines, the designs, about these reveals. We did some math to figure panel dimensions. So if you're at this video and you're wondering how you got here, I'll have a playlist link below and you can go check the first 3 videos out, which is over an hour of footage and teaching you how to do this. But this video is solely going to focus on one thing, and that's why this will probably be a little bit of a shorter video. And that one thing is this right here. This is known as tempered hardboard. Also, some people call it masonite. You've probably heard me refer to this as eucaboard. So the way this breaks down is masonite is a company that manufactures this tempered hardboard. This tempered hardboard is made of eucalyptus. So it's either a tree or a plant, I don't know off the top of my head, but that's where it gets those 3 names. Tempered hardboard, masonite, and eucaboard. Masonite is really known in their door manufacturing because all these modern day interior paint grade doors are masonite skins. So you can get a door this size, any design you want, it's gonna have this same material as a skin. So they stamp them together however they do it. The purpose of this tempered hardboard when it comes to building wainscot and also accent walls is one reason, is to eliminate texture. So if you have textured walls, which most people down here in Texas do, either orange peel or knockdown textures, we put this on the wall to make it look like it's all solid wood. This is a great product for that because it's super smooth. It takes primer really well and it also takes paint really well. That's why these door manufacturers use this for their door skins. So the purpose of this would now come into play by going in between these vertical stiles and filling up the gap also between the top and bottom rail, which I don't have on here at the moment. But the top and bottom rail is this line right here is the top rail, and this line that's snapped down there is the bottom rail. So this would fill in the panel, so you have a smooth surface here, a smooth surface here. All your trim work inside is going to be smooth. Everything's going to be smooth woodwork, okay? We call it woodwork, but obviously this is, you know, some kind of a composite material, whatever it is. But the purpose of this is to make it all look uniform and consistent. And this is an easy material to access. It's at every big box store. A 4x8 sheet of this will run you about 14 bucks or so, maybe a little less. So it's a great product. So if you're contemplating using this or doing a skim coat, which is a skim coat is just basically just troweling mud onto the wall, drywall compound, and making it really smooth. This is a lot more time saving and it's just less of a hassle. But we do skim coat some projects because that's what they have to have. Now when it comes to purchasing this, you're going to see 2 sizes mostly. You're going to see a 1/8 inch and a 3/16. Always get the 3/16 because it's a little bit bigger than the 1/8 inch, a 1/16 bigger. And when you shoot this with a staple gun, which you have to shoot this with a staple gun, I do not recommend brads or any kind of other fastener to install this. When you shoot this with that staple gun, it's going to get more of a bite and it's going to pull to the wall and hold it with more of a clamping pressure with the shape of that staple. So get the thicker one, that way you can get more of a bite with your staple. Now when it comes to this material, there's really 2 approaches I take when I'm installing it. You can either put it between stiles like this, so it'd be between it, then you'd have another sheet here, and then you'd have your other stile. And there's another approach where you can put it behind it. So we'll pretend like this went all the way across here, and then this was installed on top of it like that. Now, if you're going to do it in this fashion that I'm holding right here, where you put the sheet on the wall first and then you put the whole wainscot build on top of it, one thing you want to consider is that since this is 3/16 of an inch thick, by the time you put your adhesive on the back of this hardboard, it's going to be about a 1/4 inch more off the wall. Let's just plan for a 1/4, because there's wall's not perfect. You're going to have some bows and whatever in the wall. It's not perfect. So just plan, if you do it this way, you're building out a 1/4 of an inch more on top of whatever else you're building. Now that comes into play when you come up to like a casing here. Now I have a back band casing here, which I explained in an earlier video, where this big chunk of material right here, this 1x2, is going to accommodate a smooth transition when I come with my 1x2 cap and meet it there. If I were to do it this method on this install, I would be a 1/4 inch proud of this back band right here, and that would be not good at all. That means I would have to back cut my top cap. That means I'd have to back cut my base. I don't want to do that. I'm going for a really smooth transition here. So this is the reason I'm taking this approach, where basically I'm going to pocket hole this whole unit together, and then I'm going to install it on the wall, and then I'm going to come after the fact and slide these sheets, individual sheets between each panel, because I'm trying to keep that back band lined up with everything else. So really think about that. Why would you do it the other way? Why don't you just do it? You know, why would you ever do a full sheet? Why don't you just do it like this every time? Well, you lose depth. And if you lose that depth, that 1/4 inch depth right there, that means you're turning this 3/4 inch board now into a 1/2 inch board. So I'm in my install, I'm losing that depth. The reason you would want to maintain that depth is because you lose depth and you lose detail, you lose shadow lines. You kind of make it look weaker. Now, the way I'm doing this install, you're going to see in the videos to come, I'm going to rebuild out that depth, and I think it's going to be really cool. It's actually something I've never even seen before, but I think you're going to like it. I think I'm going to like it. So I'm going to actually put another board inside of this panel and trim it out and rebuild my depth. That's why I can get away with this here on this install. This is a basic guideline for every wainscot and accent wall project that you're going to encounter where you're using this tempered hardboard here. So just keep that in mind. I handle each job differently. Like, let's say if I have one accent wall with just a corner and then a corner, no door. This happens a lot of times in dining rooms. Then it doesn't matter how far I build it out, because I'm not going to run into a casing. So essentially what I'm saying is, just think about a dining room that has just a blank wall. No window, no door. It's just, you look over and there's this wall. That is a perfect canvas for an accent wall because there's no obstacles. So I could build this out 5 inches thick if I wanted to. I could stack a bunch of these boards up, and it's not ever going to encounter a door casing where it's going to be 5 inches proud. Of course, I'm exaggerating here, but the point is, think about how far you're going to build it out when it comes to other, obstacles like this here. When it comes to windows, when it comes to, air return vents or whatever is in the way, you need to think about everything and try to handle it in a manner that accommodates everything. So think about all of those things, and that's pretty much it for the tempered hardboard section of this video. Its sole purpose is to eliminate texture, and as a matter of fact, when I type up an estimate and I say 3/16 inch eucaboard or tempered hardboard in the quote and I send it to the person, I put in parentheses eliminates texture, so they know, like, what is this product he's using? It's this tempered hardboard. Oh, that's to eliminate the texture. So, it doesn't show any, it all looks smooth. This is key to a pro install. You would never want to just use the wall unless you did a phenomenal skim coat job and you're ready to work with some primer to get that smooth finish and sheen to match everything else. Let me know if you have any questions. On to video number 5, and I'll put a playlist in the link of the description. When that video posts, you can move right along. And the next video, we're actually going to be making some sawdust. Imagine that. We had 4 videos, over an hour of content, where we didn't make one cut. But this is going to be the most in-depth series I've ever done, and I'm trying to address everything. So I really appreciate the feedback, and let me know if you guys have any questions. I will see you on the next video. Take care.